Hello guys, this is Fury, and today I'm going to show you how to build 4 different pretty nice looking trees. Let's go. Alright, so this first tree is your typical forest tree using living wood, living leaf, and living leaf wall. The first thing you want to do when building any kind of tree is, well, what I think anyway, you want to get the shape of the tree down. So I use the living wood wand to kind of just, give a rough shape. Just continue to, put a few blocks here and there, thicken the branches up where you can, and just, it doesn't really matter. We're going to fix the shape of it anyway. But before we do that, now at the end of all the branches, we're going to start to put some living leaf. And, you kind of give a rough shape. You don't want it to be like exactly a square. Remove a block here and there, add a block here and there, put a slope here and there until the shape looks right. So now we're gonna actually get rid of some of this in the middle. So we're gonna put some living leaf in here. Now I'm gonna add another branch right over here and kind of fatten up the trunk a little bit. We still have one more like major step left to do. We gotta add that living leaf wall behind everything to add like depth. But for now, let's just continue to shape it the way we like it. Cover the branches because, when you don't build all the branches so that they're visible, you want to cover the branches with leaf because that's how a real tree is. You can't see all the branches, you want to add it, you want to add volume. Want to add some leaf volume. Makes the tree look more realistic. And building natural things like natural structures, rocks, trees, waterfalls, things like that, it took me a really long time to kind of be able to do that. But I started for a really long time, I started not really focusing on buildings or houses or anything. I actually just started working on making my own biomes. Okay, so now this is starting to look really nice, I think. I think it's starting to look good. We're gonna put some slopes around because trees aren't square all over the place. We don't want to slope every single block though, because having a little square here and there kind of gives it a more chaotic, kind of natural look. So now let's add this living leaf wall behind the whole thing. See where I'm going with this, right? Yeah. Now this one's actually turning out pretty good. Sometimes, depending, because it is a tree, you want to try to make it, like I said, chaotic looking, natural looking. So you want it to be just not completely perfect looking, Like if I make a building, I like to use, lots of 90-degree angles and stuff like that to make it look more man-made. But when you're building something natural, it could go either way. I've built really horrible looking trees, and I've built like nicer looking trees. Like this one, I might actually copy and paste this into my adventure map. This one's turning out pretty good. I like this. Hopefully the other trees in this tutorial turn out this good, because I don't have it completely planned out. I know what themes I'm doing, but yeah. Okay. I think we're finished. Let me just check it out. Let's just slope some of the leaf a little bit. Because just like the wood, you don't want to keep the leaf all square. Even though it's harder to notice it with the leaf because of the texture of the leaf, you want to try to slope some of it here and there. But I think this is pretty good. I think we're finished with this one. Before I screw it up anymore, now we're done. Alright, we'll move on to the next one. We're basically just gonna put down like the same thing, work on the shape of the tree first. What we're gonna try to do is, you see those jungle trees in the background on the sky texture, the jungle sky? We're gonna try to copy that. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're building a smaller version of one of those background jungle trees. It's got these little branches that go up, just like this, kinda. Yeah, that looks great. Perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the canopy, or the leaves, and we're just gonna build kind of like a half a dome, sort of, like a dome of leaf, living mahogany leaf. But basically what we're doing is just creating that dome, leaf dome on top. The jungle wall should add some depth. I don't know exactly what I'm doing right now. I've never tried building this tree before, or like a jungle tree like this. Totally going completely off the cuff here. Oh, I know what I could do. Let's add kind of like, for lack of a better word, another leaf dome. But kind of off-centered and in the background a little bit. Maybe. We'll see. Let's just continue to mess around with it until we get the shape right. We don't want to keep it, we don't want it to be like too symmetrical because it's natural. Natural things shouldn't really be symmetrical. But we can kind of just mess around with it a little bit. Yeah, see, it already looks a lot nicer. Looks fine. Yeah, that's what it was missing. Get the sides of that canopy to kind of hang down a little bit more. Just like, oops. Come on, where is it? Okay, yeah, we're just copying the background tree. So that's what it's missing. We gotta make the branches on the sides down here. And add some, just a little bit, a few blocks of living mahogany leaf. Now add a few blocks to this one. I could get carried away with this, as you might be noticing. Like, I could tinker. That's a good word. Okay, we're done. We're done. Alright guys, so tree number 3. Basically, it's a variation on like a normal tree, except this is going to be kind of like a cherry tree. We're going to use living wood, living leaf, and negative paint. Negative painted leaf. And then instead of living leaf wall, we're going to use grass wall for that different kind of texture that it has. This one we're going to try to, right now it looks really fluffy. Okay, now for this grass wall. See that darker pink? It contrasts. Other than being, you know, kind of like a cherry tree, this obviously would fit right in to a hallowed biome. Or even, you know, this type of tree would fit into like a candy biome, if you want to do something like that. Like the candy castle that I built. Alright, this tree is almost finished. Just gonna continue to add a block here, take a block away there, add a piece of wall here, take a piece of wall away there. Okay, that's it. We're done. We're finished right now. That's it. That is our cherry tree, or hallowed tree, or candy tree. Alright, see you in the next one. Okay, so just like the jungle tree, this tree is going to be sort of copying the sky background of the snow biome. We're going to make a giant evergreen, snow-covered evergreen tree, okay? And this design comes straight from Khaios. I would not have thought to do this if not for Khaios. He's, you know, one of the builders I really look up to, so I just want to stress that. So basically add like a fat trunk down there, and then now we are sort of gonna shape kind of like a triangle on top. We want the ends, both sides, to kind of go down lower than the middle. We're gonna make this a lot bigger, or a lot fatter than this, probably. Yeah, because look at the trunk. The trunk is so much fatter, because building natural things is kind of like a random process, as I've been saying. But alright, now we're gonna add some snow block. okay? Just kind of add sort of like squiggly lines of snow block across, crisscrossing, you know, along the entire tree. And then we're gonna slope these. We're gonna put like just random slopes on them. You know, try to make the snow look as random and natural as possible. And we're just gonna continue it along until we get the entire thing kind of covered with these like crisscrossing lines of snow with a lot of half blocks and slopes on them. Okay guys, there we go. That is our finished living wood evergreen tree with snow, a little snow on it. It should be a little bit bigger than this, a little bit wider, but it's all good. It's all good. You get the basic idea. Okay, before we go, I just wanted to show you another little trick that I learned from Khaios. If you actuate the trees, you see how it kind of, grass doesn't grow underneath it, and it kind of blends together and makes this ugly looking line right here? Well, using clay block, we're gonna paint clay block brown, and it looks exactly like dirt. And clay block doesn't blend with living wood, so that's what makes this trick work. And then put like a wall right here. Some wall in that little crack that you leave behind. Yeah, so that looks perfect. Brown painted clay looks exactly like dirt, and it looks really nice underneath your trees that you're gonna build. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope that this little tutorial helps some of you build some nice little trees in your worlds. Remember to just play around with the shape of them, and you'll be making some nice looking trees in no time. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.